it's Marci here, and today we are going to be working on the shoulders and on the hips. So it's going to be stretchy and it's going to be strong class as well. Okay, and so we are going to start seated cross-legged. Keep the spine nice and long. Close your eyes and just gently rub the palms on your thighs there and back a few times just to activate the energy and the sensations. Noticing maybe the textile or the skin of your thighs, and then just open the palms up. You can create chin mudra with index finger, thumb, then lengthening through the crown of your head and just staying here for a few breaths, deeply inhaling and deeply exhaling. And then when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. We're gonna start with nice neck stretches. So twisting the head to the left as far as it's comfortable. Try to keep the shoulders level and just staying here for a moment. Notice the stretch. Maybe you can feel the muscle even pulling up to the pecs or maybe the shoulder. So just staying there and breathing. And then swapping the side, so very gently twisting to the right side. Just staying here for a moment. Again, notice the stretch wherever you can feel it. Keep pressing the shoulders down gently. Breathing nicely, evenly. You can close your eyes if you want to have a deeper experience of the sensations in your muscles. And then returning back to the center. Now we're gonna do the other stretch. So left hand on your right ear, just very gently pull very softly. You can keep the other hand, so you can right hand on the knee or on the ground, and very gently pull to feel the stretch. Maybe you can slowly, gently roll forwards and back if that feels okay for you. And then release gently, returning back to the center. Give yourself a moment, and let's do the other side. Right hand on your left ear, and again left hand on your knee or on the ground, and just very gently lengthen the side of your neck, feeling the pull up to the shoulder or down to the shoulder. Again, you can close your eyes to feel the muscles lengthening, concentrating on them. And then very gently, when you're ready, release. Beautiful. Interlace the fingertips, press forward, stretch the upper back, creating space between the shoulder blades, and then taking it up to the ceiling and push and press up to the ceiling. We are gonna hold here and just notice the stretch already happening for you there. If you want, you can close your eyes again. Keep holding, keep breathing. And then soften, press up again, and taking it to the left side. Just a mini stretch. Notice the sensation, the lengthening on your right side. And staying there, breathing. Don't go too far so you don't unpeel the sitting bone off, and holding there for a moment. Keep pressing through the palms away. And then soften. Let's do the other side. So press up and exhale to the side. And just staying here, breathing. Noticing the stretch. Taking it as far as it's comfortable, but don't fall over. Feeling that gentle stretch on the side of your torso. And then up and release. Gently releasing, rolling the shoulders a few times forwards and back just to release. It was quite intense stretch. And then when we're ready, let's come into our cat-cow position. Sitting on your heels, we're gonna stretch the hands and the wrists. So Left hand and push your fingertips up and towards yourself, feeling the stretch there. You can at the same time stretch your feet. Just holding here for a moment. Breathing. And then swap. So now you've got fingertips going down and gently press through the top of your hand. So feeling the stretch on the top of your wrist. And again, staying there and breathing, lengthening. So don't sink down, keeping nice and tall. We're gonna knead our wrists for quite a few planks in chaturangas. And then release, let's swap. So press the right fingertips up and towards yourself. Keep the right arm straight. Don't go over the pain, just nice and easy stretch. And then swap the side. And then pressing on the top. Fingertips down. Keep lengthening, keep breathing. And then gently release. Let's do a few circles with your wrists, one way, a few times. So you want to have strong and mobile wrists for yoga. And then a few times the other way around. So just nice and easy. And then when you're ready, hands under your shoulders, tug your toes under, and then lifting into your first downward dog. If you need to, bend the knees, give yourself a moment just for the alignment. So when you go from your cat-cow position, the knees are under the hips and the hands are under the shoulders, and then you lift. Holding here for a moment, maybe lifting on your tippy toes, keep the hold, pushing the chest towards the thighs. And then exhale, release the heels down, press the heels down. Let's do one more. Inhale, raising on your tippy toes. Shaking the head, releasing the neck. Exhale, sinking down through the heels. And then on inhale, we are gonna lift the right leg up, flexing your right foot. If you want, you can point, but we don't really want to open into the split. And then open the hip. So you could bend knee, make few circles one way, and few circles the other way around with your ankle. Just notice how it feels, lifting the knee up high. And then on exhale, bring the right knee towards the right elbow, protracting the shoulder blades, maybe resting on the tricep, holding here for a moment. And then inhale, back up to the sky, flexing the foot, three-leg dog. Maybe gaze towards your toes to see if you've got nice alignment. And then again, exhale, now cross to the left elbow and just holding here for a moment, protracting the shoulder blades. And then inhale back up, extend. Holding here, squaring the hips, pressing down through the left heel. Long deep inhale, and then with exhale, nose knee together. Holding here. Inhale back up, extend and open again. Maybe again a few times. Circles with your ankle. Extend up to the ceiling on inhale, look ahead. Exhale, step the foot forward. And we are gonna stay in the lunge. So you can stay on the fingertips or palms, whatever is easiest for you. Or you can use the blocks under your hands. Or you can stay on the fists if you want to save your wrists. And what we're gonna do now is keep pressing back through the heel and then drop the knee down for a moment and then straighten up and lift. You can feel there is already a nice stretch happening in your hip. So lower down again. Inhale, lifting up, hold. One more time, lower down. Inhale, lift, and let's hold for a few seconds there. Keep breathing nicely. Keep extending and straightening the back leg. And then left hand under the left shoulder and reach up through the right arm. You can stay here, shoulders on top of each other, lengthening through the fingertips, or you can take it further into a twist. So you can already open the chest, feel some stretch in your shoulder, and staying here breathing. Keep the back leg straight and knee off the ground. If it's too much, you can drop the knee. Let's return. Step yourself back into your downward dog. Take a moment here to reset. So shaking the head, reaching down through the heels, taking a moment. Breathing. And then let's do the other side. So lifting through the left leg up, flexing the foot, look towards your toe. So you got nice squared hips, three-legged dog. And then open sideways, so opening the hip and making a few circles with your ankle. One way and then the other way around. Try to keep the arms straight and head in between your arms. Nice and soft neck. And from here, extending up, and then on exhale, left elbow and knee connect. So bring the knee in and hold it there for a moment, protracting the shoulder blades, lifting through the upper back. Inhale, back up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, across to the right elbow or tricep. Again, protracting the shoulder blades. Feel the power and strength. Inhale, back up, extending into three-legged dog, and exhale, nose to knee, holding there, breathing. Inhale, back up into three-legged dog, open the knee, few circles, take a moment, finding your breath. And then extend, inhale, exhale, step the foot in between your hands. Staying in lunge with the knee off the ground. Again, if needed, use the blocks if you've got them around. Nice long deep breathing, feel the stretch at the top of your hip, front part of the hip. Hip flexors, psoas. And then when you're ready, press the right hand under the right shoulder, lifting the left arm up. Keep lifting the right knee off the ground and reaching up through the fingertips. So we're stacking the shoulders on top of each other. And if this feels okay, take it over for deeper opening and this deeper stretch in the shoulders, the hip. And then bring the hand down and step yourself back into your downward dog. You're gonna reset here again, reaching down through the heels and breathing. Give yourself a moment to recover. Softening the head, saying yes, no, shaking all directions. And then we are gonna go into a chaturanga. So into your plank, you can drop the knees down. We're gonna do a few rounds. So nice and easy one, knees down, elbows grazing the torso when you go down, flat feet. And then either lifting into baby cobra, or if you take the knees off, upward dog. Pausing here for a moment. And you can return through the tabletop or straight into downward dog. Give yourself a breath in and out, maybe twice. We're gonna do another round. So Couple more. Back into plank. If you're going for full chaturanga, elbows graze the torso. Inhale, lifting up, upward dog. And nice and steady, slow. Exhaling in your downward dog. Pressing down through the heels, finding your peace and calm. And let's do the third one. So again, inhale, plank. Exhaling, releasing. Open into your upward dog. And exhale, back into your downward dog. Pausing here, another breath in and out. And then on inhale, reaching the right leg up, really high up. Maybe you can even split now. And then inhale, look ahead. And step the right foot forward in between your hands. Dropping the left knee down. Now we are gonna bring the hands on the inside of your right foot, so moving the right foot outwards. Staying on the outside edge of your right foot. Hands are under the shoulders. And then if you want to pronounce the stretch, move the knee away. So pressing the knee away and pushing down through this left top hip. If you want, you can come on your forearms. So keep falling down through the hips. Holding there. So you're gonna stay longer for a deep stretch. So either version. Or if you want to take it even further, see if you can grab your back foot. Maybe not, maybe you can just touch your calf, or maybe you can grab the leggings, and maybe you can grab the foot. So see whatever works. And if you're here, pushing the chest up, so opening into the twist in lizard pose. Don't worry if this is not working, just stay where you were before. You can just stay in this version. And again, we are going to stay for a moment to make some substantial changes within your body. A really deep stretch in the hips. And then when you're ready, slowly, gently start to bring the hands back down. And from here, shuffle the foot back again forward. So it's straight going into your hip socket, and hands are on the side, either on the blocks or on the ground. If you manage, press the toes down, so pushing down through your toes, so you can stretch the top of your foot as well. And just hold. Not really rounding here too much. Think of flat back, so you want to get your tummy to touch your thigh. And again, we're going to stay for a moment. So nice long deep breathing. And if you want to, we can walk the hands further to the right side, so you can feel the stretch on the left side of your torso. Nice long deep breathing. And then returning back to the center, shifting forward, hands on the ground next to your foot, tuck your left toes under and step yourself back into your downward dog. Reaching down through the heels, pressing the heels down, and again soften the head, neck, shoulders, head is hanging down. Time to reset. Then reaching through the left leg up, as high up as it's comfortable. You can open slightly into the split, and then inhale, step the foot forward in between your hands. And we are gonna stay even on this side in low lunge. So holding and breathing. Back leg is super straight. Feel the stretch. If you've got blocks and you're using the blocks, it's fine, use the blocks. You're gonna stay for a few breaths in and out. Keep pushing through the back heel. If it's super intense, just drop the knee down, give yourself a bit of rest. then very gently drop the knee down. Shuffle the foot on the outside edge and outside of the mat. Hands under the shoulders and just stay here. Feel the stretch. If you want to go a bit deeper, you can go with the forearms on the ground or on the blocks. Just find your nice and easy stretch. And breathing. Breathing and smiling, enjoying your class. Maybe pushing the knee further away. You can stay here. Or if you feel you can maybe get a deeper stretch, see if you can grab the foot at the back. If not the foot, maybe touch your calf, or you can grab the leggings to get yourself closer, or maybe you can grab your foot, pushing down through the hip and just staying there breathing. If it's too much, let go. And then gently release. Bring the foot back and then shuffle the foot back again in between your hands. So staying now in your half split position. You can have the hands on the ground or you can use the block, so you have got hands on the block. And just staying here, pressing through the top of your feet down as well, so you can feel the stretch on the top of your foot. Think of nice straight back rather than rounding and getting the head down. You just want to get down fully with all torso. Nice long deep breathing. We're gonna hold for a moment longer and then see if you can walk yourself to the side to feel the stretch, further stretch. Never go over the pain, just find your nice and easy stretch. Long deep breathing again. And then returning back to the center. Hands next to your foot. Tuck your toes under, lifting your right knee off and then joining the leg in your downward dog. Staying in downward dog for a moment. Nice long deep breathing. And from here we are gonna drop on the forearms. So we have got a dolphin here. If you really struggle with tight hamstrings, you can still hold it with bent knees. Holding and breathing. Head is in between your arms. And then see if you can now either hold. If you can't hold anymore, you can always drop down for a moment and just come back into it. We are gonna work on our dolphin. So holding, lifting. See if you can lift the right leg up and hold there for a moment. Sending the head in between your arms. Then release. Lifting the other leg, pressing through the forearms, engaging the fingertips. Everything is nice and strong there to support you. Release. Let's do a few more times each side, or we can hold it static, or you can drop the knees down and come back into it. So we're really strengthening the shoulders. The other side, pushing the chest through, back. One more time each side. Lift and hold. Release. Last time. Lift and hold. Notice how you're distributing the body weight. Notice what's happening in your middle back. And then release. Give yourself a moment there. You're gonna take a moment in our embryo pose. Drop the forehead down. Take a few breaths. And then when you're ready, we are gently gonna come into our stretch for the shoulders. So tuck your toes under, walk the hands forward for our puppy pose. Dropping the forearms down, forehead down or chin down. See what works best for you. We are gonna stay here for a moment. We are gonna hold it. Notice your chest sinking down, getting more opening in your upper back. If you want to, keep the elbows shoulder width, palms together, and then forehead on the ground and bring the prayer pose up towards the sky. So you got palms together, reaching towards the sky. If this is a bit too much, thumbs into your spine so you can ease it out, or back up towards the sky. Slightly different sensation in your shoulders. Keep breathing, keep melting down through your heart. And then very gently release. We are gonna slide into a Sphinx position. So take a moment in the Sphinx to stretch out the upper back, the shoulders. Think of sliding the torso forward. This is really good pose to stretch your back. So we counterbalancing now our rounded back at the top, the thoracic spine. Think of pushing chest forward, breathing there. And then gently release. What we're gonna do now is extending the arms forward, legs back, forehead on the ground. And now we are gonna lift right leg and left arm. Staying there for a moment, gazing to the ground, keep lifting, and then release. Swapping the side, so lifting up. You don't have to lift the head up. The head is still elongating the spine, lifting the arm and leg. Gently release. Let's do one more each side. Lift and hold. We are gonna hold on 5, 4, pressing through the abdomen into the ground. 3, 2, 1. Gently release. And the other side, lift and hold. 3, 2, 1, and release. Let's do more strengthening. Bring the arms behind your back, interlace the fingertips, and open the chest, lifting up. If you want to add the legs, you can add the legs. Just nice long deep breathing. And then when you're ready, release. Fold the arms, forehead on your folded arms, feet outwards. Give yourself a moment in crocodile pose. Breathing into your abdomen, feeling the release happening in your lower back. And then when you're ready, arms in T shape. And what we're gonna do now is first bring the left hand or fingertips under the left shoulder, and then we are gonna lift and open to the side. So you're stepping back and open the knee up. We opening and stretching the shoulder, holding here and breathing. Only you yourself knows how far to go into this twist. The knee is pointing up to the sky. And holding for one more long deep breath in and out. And gently release. Very gently releasing down. Let's do the other side. So again, T-shape, arms, right hands under your right shoulder, fingertips down. And then step back with the right foot. And staying there, feeling the stretch in your shoulder. Head is down, relaxing. And then when you're ready, very gently release back to the center, hands under the shoulders, lifting yourself back into your cat-cow position, chin towards your chest, rounding the spine, holding. And with inhale, open the chest, lifting the chin up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, open your chest. Tuck your toes under. Dropping the heels down in your downward dog. Take a moment, soften the neck again. Relax the shoulders. Relax the neck. And from here, on inhale, right leg goes up. And then on exhale, nose knee together, hold there for a moment, and we are gonna drop the knee down 5 times. So this is quite tough. If you can't hold it anymore, drop the knee down fully. Drop the knee down and then lift it up to the chest, protracting the shoulder blades. And second time, inhale back up, exhale release. Third time in, exhale release. Fourth time in, exhale release. 5 time in and release. Lift and high up to the ceiling. Take a moment there, open the hip again. And then when you're ready, inhale, look ahead. And slide the right knee to the right wrist. And we're gonna rest in the pigeon pose. You can take it into sleeping pigeon if you like. Extend the arms, forehead on the ground. If you are just about somewhere here, you can use the blocks or stack the fists on top of each other, rest the forehead down. You want to make yourself feel comfortable. You're gonna stay here for a moment. Wiggling the hips, try to get both hips equally squared down on the floor. And then we are gonna lift into a mini back bend. So maybe you can lift somewhere here. It's good, hold there. Maybe you can take it a bit further. Think of opening your chest. You don't want to be breaking yourself in the lower back. It's quite intense pose because you've got hip opener and now you're stacking on top of it a bit of back bend. So wherever is good for you, stay there. Don't forget to use the blocks if you are quite high. You can use it under the hip to support yourself or just keep consciously squaring the hips. And then bring the right hand on the inside of your right knee. And we're gonna do nice shoulder stretch. So see if you can grab your foot. If not the foot, maybe just grab the leggings again or just wherever you can touch. And then we are gonna push away. So we're using the foot to give us nice stretch. And holding here, breathing. You're gonna stay for a moment. Feel the stretch. I can feel the stretch in my upper arm. So just staying there and breathing. And then when you're ready, we are gonna stretch the quads. So this is quite intense. You might feel maybe happy to be somewhere here, or maybe you can get a tiny bit deeper. Keep squaring the hips. And then maybe you can get the heel completely to the glute. So just see what works. If you are high up and you've got tight hips, it still works. You can still feel the stretch, even if your hips are not completely open for the pigeon. We're gonna stay here again for a moment. So just keep breathing, keep smiling. And then when you're ready, very gently release. Bring the hands back again under your shoulders. Tuck your toes under and lift yourself back into your downward dog. We're gonna stay for a few breaths in our downward dog. Just to reset. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. Feel how you ground it through the soles of your feet and through the palms. And then we are gonna lift the left leg up to the ceiling. Open really high up into the split. You can take it to open the hip again sideways if you feel like it. Extending high up. And then on exhale, we're gonna bring the nose to the knee. Just hold there for a moment. And then we're gonna drop the knee down 5 times again if you manage. Drop the knee down, lift it back up, high up, protracting the shoulder blades. And second time. Then lift it high up. And third, tap the ground, lift and hold. And fourth, lift and hold. And fifth, lift and hold. High up to the ceiling to release. And then with exhale, sliding the left knee behind the left wrist. And just staying here for a moment. Extending into your sleeping pigeon position. If you want to again, you can create fists and just rest the forehead on the fists and keep supporting yourself on forearms if your hips are really tight. Nice lonely breathing. We are gonna stay for a moment again. And then when you're ready, get the hands under the shoulders and lift into mini back bend. So you might be happy here, or maybe tiny bit higher up, or you can go completely into upright position with your torso. So just do only what feels good for you. And we are gonna stay here. Think of opening your chest again. You want to get a back bend in your upper back rather than breaking yourself in the lower back. Feel the stretch. No worries if you are much lower down, it's good stretch for you too. Then, see if you can bring the left hand on the inside of your left knee and then just grab your back foot. If you can grab the foot, maybe the legging, or you can just hold the calf or touch the calf. And you're gonna push away if you've got the hold of your foot and feel the stretch in your upper arm and using your leg to stretch the torso further into a back bend. You're gonna stay here for a moment again. And then when you're ready, see if you can bring the heel closer to the glute. So you might have really tight quads if you are a runner or a cyclist. And if you manage, maybe bring the heel further down, see how it works for you. Just find your comfortable maximum and just staying there breathing, feeling the stretch. You don't want to be suffering through, you need to be able to breathe deeply, calmly. Enjoying the stretch, enjoying the pose. And then when you're ready, gently release. Bring the hands under the shoulders and then very gently lift yourself up back into your downward dog. We're gonna take a moment here again. Few breaths in and out to reset. So if you feel your hamstrings are feeling a bit better, keep the legs nice and straight, reaching down through the heels. If it's still a bit tough, bend the knees, keep the spine straight. Nice long deep breathing. Then we're gonna go through few chaturangas again, so you can use the knees as before, very gently lowering yourself down. Inhale, going into upward dog or cobra. And then with exhale, into your downward dog. Let's do a couple more. So maybe full chaturanga down. Taking a moment in your upward dog. Rolling over toes, downward dog. And last time, inhale, descending down, opening the chest. Exhale, resting in your downward dog. And then when you're ready, very gently walk yourself to the front of your mat and going for a nice little fold Press the hands into the ground, nose into your knees with bent knees. If you've got the flexibility, keep the hands on the ground and keep the legs straight. Maybe you can have the base of your wrists next to your heels. Any type of fold which works for you. And again, we are gonna stay here for a moment. And then when you're ready, let's come back down on the ground. And we will finish with a few seated stretches for the shoulders and the back. And then eventually some inversion. So left hand cross-legged, left hand to the side. And then inhale, reaching through the right arm to the side. A nice stretch. If you want, you can take it slightly further and back. Just to go through the range of motion. If it's too much to be on the forearm, just stay wherever it's good for you. And again, explore that stretch, elongating and lengthening. And smiling. Feel how you're lengthening the muscle. With each inhale and exhale, you're working on it. And then inhale, lift up. Give yourself a little wiggle. I can really feel it in my back. Nice stretch side of the torso as well. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale, take it to the side. If the forearm doesn't work for you and you're unpeeling, just stay on the hand or fingers gently forward and open. It's like mini close and mini open. You're going through the center. Feel how you're extending and lengthening the muscle. So as you move and breathe, you can literally sense and feel how flexible you're becoming. You're working with particular muscles carefully. And then with inhale, reaching back up, and then gently release. Let's do a nice stretch for the shoulders. Inhale, left arm goes up, and then on the spine, you can push the elbow down. Holding here for a moment. If you manage, you can grab the fingers with the other hand behind your spine. This is quite intense, so if you feel your shoulders are quite tight, don't push it too much in this version. You still can get nice stretch in half bind. And then gently release. Let's do the other side. Reaching up, touching the spine and pressing the elbow down. Again, staying here nice and comfortable. Don't try to push the arm back with your head, so your head should be relaxed. Just gently pressing down, feeling nice stretch here. If it works for you, you can bring the other hand behind your back, spine, and interlace the fingertips. Again, it's super intense stretch, so if you feel it's usually sacrificing this joint, so if you feel it doesn't feel super comfortable and you are really pushing it, because we can really go over the pain in this version, we feel happy that we hold and then we just stay too long in the stretch. So this one is easier, still effective though. And then when you're ready, inhale, reach up and release. Give yourself a little wiggle. And then sideways, palm on the spine. So you've got the right palm on the spine and pushing the right elbow back and just staying here for a moment. You can rest the chin on your upper arm. Just nice and easy, free head. And then when you feel like it, gently release. Let's do the other side. So left across, palm on the spine. And just staying here, breathing, keep lengthening, feeling the stretch. We should be really careful with the shoulders and with the wrists, as they always get lots of injuries if we don't do things right. And then when you're ready, gently release. Give yourself a little wiggle, maybe 3 circles there and back. Just to reset and return everything back to normal. And then we are gonna finish on the back. So get yourself on your back. Before we do anything, just nice fold there for a moment. You can even bend the knees and just give yourself nice relaxing fold and stretch. Drop the head down. Working on your hamstrings, always a must. Feeling the stretch wherever you feel it. And again, breathing and smiling. And let's go for nice inversion. So bring yourself into laying down position and then bring the hips up and the knees on your forehead. You can even massage the forehead with your knees. So see how it feels like. Supporting yourself in the lower back and then extending either both legs at the same time, or you can extend one leg at a time and join. If you want to have a straighter shoulder stand, walk the hands further back on your upper spine, upper back, not the spine, upper back. Keep reaching through the toes up, so you can have either point or flex or floint, which is something in between. Keep pressing the ankles together and keep pressing the knees together. Holding and breathing. And then if you want, you can take it into a nice plow position. If you reach the ground at the back with your feet, you don't have to support yourself anymore with the arms, and you can bring them on the ground, interlace the fingertips. Again, this opens and works your shoulders slightly. Breathing. And then releasing the arms, or if you had it in lower back, just back on the ground. And we're gonna slowly unroll. So we're unrolling from our plow position. So we're challenging our hamstrings and sliding the straight legs down, vertebra by vertebra. And you can support yourself under the hips with your hands so you don't bang down. And then keeping the hands under the hips, or if you want to challenge yourself, behind the head. Point the toes, knees together, and very slowly release yourself down into the laying down position. Beautiful. And usually after inversion, especially shoulder stand, there is a fish pose. So just to remind you on a fish pose, nice and easy entrance into the fish pose, leaning on your forearms, fingertips towards your hips or even slightly under the hips. Then drop the head down, so you're opening the chest. And from here, feet together, just shuffle the sitting bones or glutes or wherever you can go until the head reaches the ground. Opening the chest, so depending on your back flexibility and the length of your arms, depends how far you take it. I've got long arms, so I am usually with my sitting bones on my almost forearms. And we're just gonna stay here and breathe. If you want, close your eyes and just think you are breathing through your heart chakra, through the center of your chest, expanding. Keep pressing down through the forearms. Again, opening the chest. You can sense something is happening in your upper arms, in the shoulders. And then when you're ready, bring the chin in and then release. Interlace the fingertips, lifting the head, and then look towards the right toes, just to stretch the neck. Release, then look towards the left toes, holding there. Release. And just give yourself a nice little hug for completing everything. Maybe it was too challenging, maybe it was too easy. Maybe it will get easy. Bring the nose towards your knees to give yourself tighter hook. Holding here for a moment and then just nicely unroll into your Shavasana position. We are gonna do nothing else than just 5 long deep inhales and exhales. See if you can keep the mind focused on the breath. Soften the shoulders, maybe twist the head side to side, maybe wiggle the hips, maybe wiggle the shoulders. And then just give yourself 5 long deep inhales and exhales. extend the arms overhead and stretch like in the morning. When you wake up, just beautiful stretch to bring the energy back into your body. And then release the arms down and then very gently roll onto preferably your right side. Just stay there for a moment. And then when you feel ready, slowly, gently climbing yourself back up into a seated position of your choice. And let's bring some energy into our heart. So rub the palms together. Just bring them towards your heart. Staying here for a moment, just appreciating each and every breath you take and appreciating all the goodness you do for your body, mind. And bring the palms together. And thank you for joining me. Hope it was helpful and useful. Hope to see you again soon. Namaste.